Patients are being turned away from the Lumberton Hospital.
And the UNCP students are invited to sing internationally.
These stories and more on Carolina News Today. UNCP students still have time to go Greek this year if they want to. An information fair in the UC Annex was an opportunity to get a feel for what each organization is about.
So Meet the Greeks is special to Greek life because this is the time of the year for interested potential members to come join our Greek community. It's also a time for them to showcase what they love about their fraternities and sororities. It gives them a chance to brag about themselves, which they always like to do. And it gives, like I said, students who are interested in joining a time to meet with them individually. They talk about their values, their philanthropic work they do in the community, their service they do, and the events and activities that they do toward academics and scholarship all year round. So it's just an all-around fun time, so that's why we incorporate the presentations as well to have an entertainment aspect. Otherwise it would just be like an informational session. So we add the performances to give it a little bit of pizzazz and make it a little bit more exciting.
The Pembroke singers traveled to the University of Mexico, where they performed in their first International Collegiate Choral Festival. They shared the stage with choirs from Cuba, Colombia, Argentina, and Mexico. This was a rare opportunity for them because they got to talk and sing with other performers from Latin American universities. Students say it was an eye-opening experience musically and socially.
The students were extremely welcoming to us. Most of them spoke English pretty well, and since we were the only non-Spanish speakers, they would help us translate with the conductors and make sure that we knew what was going on, so that was very helpful. They were so welcoming. But we just also got to learn about their culture within their own words, which is something that we don't get to do a lot. We mostly just hear about other cultures, but speaking to them one-on-one was really interesting.
You hear all the time that music is universal, but it really is universal, and even though there were language barriers and there were cultural barriers between us, it didn't matter. We were taken in with such loving and open arms, and it was just really nice, and it kind of took me back.
In observance of Black History Month, elementary school students wowed the crowd at the Young Voices of the Future event Thursday. Children from 3 local schools performed excerpts from Black literature at the UNCP library. One lucky student won a free haircut, and snacks were enjoyed by all. Representatives from campus stressed the importance of the event.
Diversity is about literacy, okay? It's about the different types of books and titles that they read and recited. It speaks to the very core of what diversity is about. It's about respect, and it's about embracing differences and similarities.
You get to see the young people actually listening and talking about what older generations have said. And like in any great society, we always have to remember our past so that we can have a better future. So know that they're still learning and they're still embracing those types of values. I feel as though events like this is very important.
This event kicked off the National African American Read-In for the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. That's ODI's annual literacy campaign.
Southeastern Regional Medical Center is turning people away from the ER who are seeking non-emergency care. There is an increase in people seeking treatment for the flu at the hospital. They are asking the community to seek care at local doctors' offices and urgent care centers to lower the traffic in the emergency department. So far, this flu season has caused 22 deaths in North Carolina.
The town of Roland will consider annexing a new housing development for Lumbee elders. Construction of the housing for Tribal District 1 was made possible by the recent acquisition of 16 acres outside Roland. According to the Robesonian newspaper, the tribal's total investment will be about $1.6 million. They will put in sewer lines to access the town's pump station. The site will hold up to the 10 single-family homes and a community building.
The North Carolina Department of Transportation is still working on roads damaged by Hurricane Matthew. They are hoping to get all of them reopened by spring. Here's the latest from NC.now.
Welcome to this edition of NCDOT Now. I'm Robert Broom. Secretary Jim Trogdon was in Harnett County earlier this week to tour sites still in need of repair from damage caused by Hurricane Matthew. At the height of the storm, over 600 roads were closed in central and eastern North Carolina. As of January 31st, that number was down to about 100. The repairs that still need to be completed require substantial work, such as installing specially ordered large pipes or replacing damaged bridges. Secretary Trogdon has charged the department with opening as many roads as possible by March 1st. In many cases, this means making temporary fixes until the materials or contracts are in place for permanent repairs.
Everyone has places they have to go, get the kids to school, get to work, go to the grocery store, do everything that provides economic opportunity and quality of life. And so all of these routes are important because our citizens depend on them every day.
In other news, construction is about 50% complete on the Raleigh Union Station project, which will bring a multimodal facility to downtown Raleigh's warehouse district. NCDOT and the City of Raleigh are working together to replace the existing passenger train station, which is one of the busiest in the Southeast. The new facility will also accommodate commuter rail, buses, taxis, and bicycles. Construction is anticipated to be complete by the end of this year. The station is expected to be fully operational by early 2018. This project is part of the Piedmont Improvement Program, a more than $500 million investment by NCDOT to help increase railroad capacity, efficiency, and safety on the railroad corridor between Raleigh and Charlotte. That's all for this edition of NCDOT Now. As always, stay connected with us through Facebook and Twitter. That's at NCDOT. And from all of us at the North Carolina Department of Transportation, safe travels.
A disaster relief fund has been launched through the UNC-Pembroke Foundation to assist students who were impacted by Hurricane Matthew. Students can receive funding for books and other essential academic expenses, but the funds can also be used to address safety needs like lock changes, replacement of personal belongings, and more. Applications are available now and are being managed by the Division of Student and Affairs with selections made by a committee. A UNCP coach earns a career 600th win.
And men's basketball battles with Augusta for the top spot in the Peach Belt.
Deja Dykes up next with sports.
The UNCP wrestling team closed out their regular season this week with a third straight victory. The Braves, who ended a fifth straight winning season when they cruised past King University, winning 36-6. Forfeits by King in 2 weight classes gave the Black and Gold a quick 15-0 lead. Up next were back-to-back wins from Jake Smith and Eric Milks. The Braves extended that score 27-3 with a Blaze Shade pin and a Mikey Thomas decision win. The Braves head to Indianapolis on February 24th for the NCAA Midwest Super Regional. The softball team played 2 home games this weekend and 2 away games, leading to an overall record of 7-4. The Braves swept Barton College in the first 2 games 13-0 in the doubleheader, but fell to Limestone College the next day. They dropped a pair of games there, 4-3 and 10-4. The Braves will be back at home February 19th when they play Elizabeth City State in a doubleheader. The baseball team also played at home over the weekend, coming out on top when they swept Concord University in 3 straight games. The Black and Gold opened series play by winning 15-4, pounding out a season high of 15 hits. The second game was deja vu for the Braves, who won again 15-4 while earning a season high in hits. The third matchup gave the Braves their 5th straight win, extending their record 6-1. Braves head coach Paul O'Neill earned his 600th career victory in the series opener against Concord. Coach O'Neill says it's an accomplishment he can't take all the credit for.
It's a nice milestone to have. You know, I'm very fortunate that I've had a lot of great players that have played for me. I've had a lot of great assistant coaches, you know, that have helped me get to this point, and by no means did I do it by myself.
Following those weekend slugfests, Abby Walters and River Ryan were named Braves of the Week for their performances on the diamond. Walters eased her 76 average in 6 games while also dominating in the circle. It was her second career no-hitter in a win over Barton. Walters was also named the Louisville Slugger NFCA Division II Player of the Week. River Ryan went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs and 3 run scores. He pitched twice without allowing a hit. The freshman also ripped 3 doubles and drove in 7 runs while drawing 1 walk. Both teams are at home this weekend. The baseball team plays St. Rose on Friday and Saturday, and the softball team plays Elizabeth City State on Sunday. The men's basketball team still seeks a Peach Belt tournament berth. Last week in Pembroke, with 9 seconds left in regulation, USC-Aiken pushed the ball down the court in an attempt to break a tie, but the Pacers' Christian Nobles missed the game-winning 3 to send them into extra time. It was a thrilling overtime win for the Braves. The Black and Gold have now pushed their way back into a tie with Augusta atop of the PBC standings after their 93-81 victory against Armstrong State this week. The Black and Gold's win eliminated the Pirates from the PBC tournament. The Braves led by as many as 18 points in the matchup, but the Pirates cut the deficit to 7 midway through the second half. A 12-4 run with 3 minutes left gave the Braves a 13-point lead. The Pirates scored the next 10 points, but it wasn't enough to stop the Braves from securing the win with 6 Alex Bradley free throws down the stretch and an Akia Pruitt dunk. The Braves will close out their road games on February 18th when they play Flagler. The women's basketball team limited USC-Aiken to its lowest shooting percentage last Wednesday, cruising past the Pacers 70-55. Then this week, coming off their dominating win against the Pacers, the Braves suffered an upsetting loss to Armstrong State in overtime. A Nyla Allen three-pointer in the extra period wasn't good enough to keep a 72-70 lead for the Braves. When the Pirates, Raymond Ville answered back, knocking down a three-pointer to win the game, 73-72. The Black and Gold found themselves down by 8 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Braves were able to tie the game 63 with all a Janisa Molly layup with under 30 seconds left in regulation. The Lady Braves will also close out their road games on February 18th when they play Flagler. And that's it for sports. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Deja. And now it's time to give kudos to one of our producers, Savannah Thompson, who won a broadcast journalism scholarship over the weekend. Jael, you were at that student workshop in Charlotte, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, and congratulations to her. She did amazing. And we met so many directors and producers, people who are really on television right now, like in the South Carolina and North Carolina area. I really liked it. They gave us a lot of advice on how to be real in front of camera and how multimedia journalists are the future now. So I had a lot of fun. So that's all we've got time for.
We'll see you next week.